Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a little minute since I've said that intro. I know it probably hasn't seemed like that to you guys, but all of my videos that you have watched in the past month and a half have all been pre-recorded. So before we get into this video, I have a lot of major life updates. So you can skip to this part of the video to get into the actual Rare Beauty perfume review. But for those of you that have been following me for a while and you know about my whole move and all my plans with that, then you might want to stay and kind of hear this because there's been a lot of changes. As you guys know, if you've been following my channel, my husband and I had this huge plan for the past couple of years to move out of the country, to move to Greece, and that all finally happened. We left July 1st with all my family. They came with us to kind of help us settle in. Long story short, as you can see, I'm back. And that is because a lot of things didn't go as planned. I don't even want to say didn't go as planned because it's not like we had a concrete plan. Obviously, we wanted to move there, and this has been something that we've wanted to do and I've wanted to do. Honestly, since I moved to the States, I've always just felt so much more connected to Albania and Greece and just that side of the world. I'm pulled to go there, and I've always known ever since I moved to the US that at some point I wanted to go back. And when we finally did and that became a reality, it was a huge sort of wake up. I don't know how to explain it. Not that it was bad in any way, but there was a lot of culture shocks. It's really weird. I saw this TikTok once I went there. I'm at this point where I don't really belong here, but I don't really belong there anymore. A little backstory is I was born in Greece. I'm Albanian, my whole family is Albanian, but I have a lot of family in Greece, and growing up, I spent a lot of time in Greece just visiting them, so I kind of consider both Greece and Albania my home. I feel like both of them are equally my home, hence why I just feel really connected to that side of the world. And I still do, that hasn't changed, but I think just from living in the States for so long, you get accustomed to a lot of things that you don't think affect your life that much until you get hit with the reality of being over there, and so many things are different, little things that you never thought about. Obviously, I knew going back that a lot of things would be different. Obviously, it's a completely different country, a different culture, a different way of living, and I think because I've been away from there for so long and I've just became more accustomed to the US way of life, going there just for whatever reason didn't feel like home anymore, which was so odd for me. And it was kind of like a really harsh reality. As soon as I went there, I have something in my eye, and it hit both of us. We were both just like, whoa, what is happening? Because every other time that we've gone there, we've always been called to move there. We've been so comfortable and all these things, and this time we went and we were just like, maybe this isn't what we wanted to do. And that was crazy, but at the same time we were like, well, at least we came here, at least we tried it. I think if we both hadn't took the initiative to go and try to move, then we would always have this regret and this big what if. And so I think for me, I don't like to see it as like I went there and I failed, because it's not a failure. It's actually quite the opposite for me. It kind of solidified in my mind that, you know what, I'm okay here. For the longest time, I had this thought of that feels like home for me, but really home is where you make it. People used to always tell me that, but I was always like, no, like your environment plays a huge role in how you feel, and it does, don't get me wrong, but also you can make the most out of wherever you are. And especially with the fact that all my immediate family is here. I have a lot of family back home as well, but my immediate family, which I'm extremely close to, is over here. For whatever reason, I thought that that would be something I would get used to. But again, I went there and I was again hit with this huge shock of, oh my God, at the end of this month, my parents are gonna go back and I'm gonna be here. And that also hit me. All these things are things that I already knew going there, obviously, but it's different when you actually move. You kind of just get hit with the reality of it, because it's like, okay, well, this is real now. I'm gonna be a whole continent away from the people that I love most in this world. Obviously, I have my husband, but I'm gonna get to miss out on all these little moments with my family. Again, this is all like, duh girl, you should have known this before you moved away, and I did. But it's different when you think about it than when you're actually in it. So all of that just hit my husband and I both. We were both just like looking at each other like, what is happening? And then there was also a lot of things that happened that it was almost like a way of God telling us, you need to go back. There's a lot of little things that I'm not gonna get into, but we were just constantly being hit with these almost like signs, like, okay, we're making the right choice, we need to go back. This is not where we belong anymore. All this is not to offend the country. That is still my country. I still consider that my home, and it will always have a special place in my heart. But I finally came to accept the fact that I can't live there anymore, and I'm finally okay with that, because when I say my whole life, I have not been okay with that since I moved here to the US. I've always wanted to go back. And so finally having this answer of, okay, I'm okay here, has been huge. I don't want to ever have any regret in my life, and there's this amazing quote that I love that says that we only regret the choices that we didn't take. And I'm so happy with myself now being back here that I tried it and I was in it and I did it. So now I know I don't have to live with this what if I moved there, what if this, I don't have that what if anymore. I'm back in the US and I'm happy to be here, which is crazy because I've never been happy to be here. I've always felt like I was drawn to being over there. So I feel like my life has completely shifted now, and I have this whole new way of thinking, and I'm really grateful for that. So in a weird way, this ended up being a blessing in disguise. And now we have a bunch of other plans. For the past couple years, my husband and I have basically just put a pause on everything here because we always knew, okay, we're gonna move back. So we were kind of just stuck. We didn't want to start anything here because we knew we were gonna move. And now that we don't have that kind of holding us back, we finally can get our life really started here, and we have so many plans and we're working towards those plans and goals. So I feel like in a weird way my life has like restarted. This probably didn't make any sense to you guys, but it makes sense to me. I just want to kind of give you guys an update because I know I've been speaking about this whole move for the past couple years on my channel. So I want to give you guys an update that this is where I'm at now, and I know a lot of you guys will also be happy about that because my content will not change anymore. I'm still gonna make the same content that I've always done, Bath and Body Works content, new perfume content, things that I can get my hands on a lot easier here that I wouldn't be able to over there. I kind of had a plan for how I would get my hands on new releases over there, but here it's a lot easier. I got my hair dyed over there, got my eyebrows microbladed. There's been just a lot of change, a lot of shifts, and I'm just really happy. I'm gonna put in a little clip that I filmed while I was over there. We were staying at my grandma's house, and I filmed like a little get ready with me where I kind of explained things as I was going through this realization. So I'm gonna insert that clip here. Okay, so I'm currently getting ready. This is my childhood bedroom, so it's very nostalgic, although it's a little bit different now. This is my grandma's house, and our houses used to be connected, like my family's and my grandma. So yeah, this room is super nostalgic. I wanted to kind of do this video as an update. I'm probably gonna post this once I get back. Our move, I wouldn't say, I mean, yeah, it didn't go as planned. We're in Albania right now, but we came to Greece with the mindset of moving, and things didn't really work out. It was just really different this time around. Every time I've come here, it's always felt like home, but it doesn't anymore, which is really weird for me. I mean, it's still like to a certain extent my home, like my childhood. I grew up here, but I'm not really getting the feeling that I always got, which is what always drew me back to wanting to be here. I'm glad that we came here and tried it out. Maybe not that long term, but I feel like it was kind of one of those things where if like we knew right when we came here that we just didn't want to be here anymore. Like there's just a lot of things that happened. Yeah, we're gonna go back. I'm honestly excited because I'm gonna go back with a different mindset, because for the past few years I've always had this mindset like I wanted to leave the US, and it was one of those things that I always wanted to do, and I didn't care what anybody told me. I didn't care to hear opinions because I was gonna form my own. And so I don't see this as a failure. If anything, I'm very glad that we took this move because it's something that we can now kind of get out of our heads. a lot of things kind of hit really hard for me once I came here. Obviously, I knew that I would be far away from my family, but once I came here, that really hit. Just like, okay, well, I'm here now and I'm like so far away. And it just kind of hit me like I'm gonna miss all these small moments, big moments with my family, birthdays, holidays. I'm gonna miss all of that. And I didn't want that. I thought I was okay with that because this was something like, it was a dream of mine to move over here for so long. And once I got here and I didn't feel that anymore, and I was like, whoa, I'm not only not feeling the way that I've always felt being here, but I'm gonna be away from all my family essentially, other than my husband. So yeah, we kind of had a nice little chat and we're going back. We have our tickets booked, so regular content will be coming back. We're enjoying our time here. We're having a nice little vacation. Sorry if you can hear the outside noises. I have the window open, there's no AC here and it's really hot. I'm getting ready right now, just getting ready for the day. I'm trying to look for a napkin. I'm like extremely dry, my skin is super dry. I'm also peeling because I got a little bit of color and grease. And I also dyed my hair. You can't really tell right now because it's wet, but I will show you once I dry it. Yeah, I'm excited to kind of get back to regular scheduled programming. There's a ton of new perfumes and things that have come out that I've been seeing over in the States and I can't get my hands on them here. That's also been kind of difficult. Obviously, I knew that coming here, but thought maybe I would have a little bit of an easier time finding things, and I'm not. It's been a lot of wake-up calls, and people kind of told me about these things, and obviously I was aware of them, but it's one of those things where like I will never listen to what anybody tells me. Like, great, you can give me your advice, but your advice will go in one ear and out the other for me. Like, I've always just been somebody that has to try things on my own because I don't care what anybody tells me, I'm still gonna do what I want to do. I have all my stuff like everywhere and my clothes and things, so it's a mess. I'm not really sure what the plan is for today. I don't know what we're gonna do. We kind of just wake up and go from there. We just go to a bunch of different places. Yesterday we were in this really beautiful village and it was just like forest and mountains. I've missed mountains so much. That's what I love so much about being here. Mountains are beautiful, there's so much greenery, and I live for that. Like, I'm definitely more of a mountain person than beach. I've never really been, I mean, the beach is nice, don't get me wrong, but I live for the mountains and forests and stuff like that. So that's been super nice. And maybe we'll go to another little village today or something. I got a really nice tan in Greece, but it's like all peeling off now. My skin is weird because I tan really easily and super fast. And I turn like a really nice like olive. I don't know, my skin just looks really good when it's tan. But I also lose my tan really fast. Like, I would assume if you tan fast that you would probably hold on to it, but not me. And it's annoying because I love being tan. The lighting is actually pretty good, but here where I have you guys, it's not. It's because the window is right here. Done with the bronzer. I don't want to do too much. I just want to kind of give a little bit of color. I think we're gonna do blush next. I have this. This is a liquid highlighter, but it's like very blushy. It's like a rollerball situation. So I'm not really sure how to apply it, but I think I'm gonna just use my fingers. That's pretty. Oh no, that's super pretty. Oh, I like that a lot. Let me show you. That's really pretty. Yeah. So those were my updates. I'm happy to just get right back into things. The fact that I took a nice little break from YouTube, which I know didn't feel like that to you guys because I had all these videos pre-recorded, but for me it was a really nice, much needed break. I hadn't really taken a break for the past 3 years. I've posted regularly multiple times a week on my channel, so it was nice to kind of get a break from that. I feel just refreshed. Once we kind of came to the conclusion that we weren't gonna move there, then we just kind of had a really nice vacation with all my family over there. We went on a couple trips, we saw a lot of things. It was an amazing time. Okay, so with all that being said, let's now get into today's video, which is going to be on the review of the brand new Rare Beauty fragrance. We got into the States August 1st, and this perfume came out August 7th, I believe, and I went to the store and grabbed it right when it came out. I was so excited about this. Anything Rare Beauty has launched, I've been a fan of, so I had a strong feeling I would love this. And by the way, this perfume was not sent to me. This is not a sponsored video. I have no affiliation to Rare Beauty, although I would love to work with Rare Beauty because I seriously love pretty much every single one of your products. So if you're hearing this, Rare Beauty, please reach out. I would love to work together. Anyways, I had really high hopes for this when I first saw the notes and all the marketing on this, because it's a sweet fragrance and it looked delicious. So many people were reviewing this, but also they were sponsored or they were sent it. So I was like, I don't really know. So let me get into the notes real quick. This perfume has top notes of caramel, pink pepper, pistachio, middle notes of vanilla, Nigerian ginger, cacao, and base notes of sandalwood, musk, and tonka bean. So super delicious, borderline gourmand notes. Pretty much all these notes I love. I love caramel. I love pink pepper. Pink pepper is probably my #1 favorite spice when it comes to fragrance notes. Love pistachio. Then we got the vanilla. We have that ginger, so adding in more spice, which I also love. Cacao, more sweetness. A nice woodsy, musky tonka bean sort of base. For me, I didn't see how this could not be amazing, and then I finally smelled it. Now, before I actually get into what I think this smells like, I want to talk about the bottle real quick and the price point and everything. So this perfume comes in a 1.69 fluid ounce 50 ml bottle, and this size retails for $75. And I hate to say it, but that's actually pretty decent price point considering all the price points we're seeing now in the fragrance market, which are absolutely insane. I love that about Rare Beauty in general. They are in Sephora, so they are a prestigious cosmetic brand, but they have pretty fair price points, I feel. And then this also comes in a travel size, which retails for $30. I think for what you get, you might as well get the bigger size because it's just better value for your money, but at least you have that. And then this also comes in like a little gift set, so you have a little mini version of the perfume with the travel size, and that retails for $35. So it's pretty much like you get an extra little travel size for $5 more. And then our girl Selena did not stop just at the actual perfume. She also came out with 4 fragrance layering bombs to go with the fragrance, so that you can kind of create your own scent in a way, which obviously she was on top of the game because layering is a huge thing right now, and we all know that the best way to get the most of your scents is to layer. So I love that she did this. And it's also nice if you didn't love the perfume for maybe like a small aspect and you wanted to change it, you have these bombs that you could do that with. I did not get any of the bombs because I know myself, and even though I did smell them in the store, they smelled great. All of them smelled great. I know myself, and I knew that they'd probably just sit there in my perfume collection, never being used. I just don't really gravitate to things like that. I love the idea of them, but I just forget I have them, and so they just end up not being used. So I was kind of responsible in that way. But if you know that you're going to use these are great, and they have different ones. They have an amber vanilla to add a warm, delicious layer. Then you have a floral peony blossom balm, which is to add a sweet, sultry layer. I really like this one. It was kind of like a warm pink floral sort of scent. Then you have the fresh bergamot, which adds a bright, breezy layer. If you're more of a fresh girly, you can add that to kind of liven this up because it is definitely more on the sweeter side on its own. And then there's a woody oak. This is if you want to add a rich earthy layer, and this one was a little bit more unisex, so if you want to make the fragrance a little bit more androgynous feeling, I feel like the woody oak one was really great, and I love anything woodsy, so that was really good. Honestly, if I had to pick any of the balms, I think my favorites were the woody oak, the floral peony blossom, and the amber vanilla. I'm not really a fan of the fresh bergamot. The scent was fine. I just personally don't like fresh, zesty kind of scents like that. And I also feel like I just wouldn't love that in mixture with this scent. The other 3 balms, I think they all pair really, really well with this. Now, another component about the perfume bottle itself is the accessibility aspect of it. This is just such an amazing thing because if you have any sort of dexterity issues, if you have arthritis and things like that, Selena herself has experience with that, so she made this perfume super, super accessible. So first of all, this doesn't have a cap. All you do to open and close this scent is you just twist it. So right here, there's a little lock sign, so it's closed right there, it doesn't move, and then you just twist it like that and it just sprays like that. And it's so easy to spray. You could do it with one hand, you could do it with your elbow, so I think that's amazing. But now, with all of that out the way, let's get into the scent itself. To me, this perfume smells like another perfume I really love, and I've been hearing a lot of people say this and I totally agree, Burberry Goddess. this totally smells like Burberry Goddess. It's that rich cacao type of vanilla where it's borderline a little chocolatey, then also a little spicy. It's not as spicy as Burberry Goddess. Burberry Goddess also has that lavender aspect, which makes it a little bit stronger. With the Rare Beauty, I feel like because it has that caramel and it doesn't have the lavender, it just has more subtle notes. This feels a little bit more cloudy and fluffy, more casual, where Burberry Goddess is something you could wear out. I mean, you could wear this out on a special occasion as well. It smells incredible. But if we were to kind of differentiate, Burberry Goddess is something I would wear more special occasion, whereas this is like everyday. This is so good. If you love vanillas at all, sweet scents, you want something really comforting and cozy and fluffy and warm, this is the scent. Now, this is going to be amazing for the fall and winter, but I personally think this is going to be amazing all year round. It's a perfect just signature scent, especially if you love vanillas and sweet, creamy, caramelly kind of scents. I don't think this smells too nutty or pistachio. I think maybe that's adding an element of just like gourmandness, some type of warmth, but I don't straight up get like a nuttiness to this scent. Also, can we just talk about the spray? It's such a beautiful, just like even mist. Oh, it smells so good. I know there's some people that didn't like Burberry Goddess. I think if you didn't for whatever reason, but you do like vanilla, try this one out because there's something a lot more smooth about this in comparison to Burberry Goddess. This just wears really well on the skin and it wears really well through time. Now, the only thing I'll say about this is longevity isn't 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I think the longevity for this scent is about 4 to 5 hours, which is average to below average. I would have wanted this to smell a little bit stronger. It's definitely a softer scent overall, which I think is what makes it nice for just like an everyday amazing scent. My husband is obsessed with this. I sprayed it out and I wore it the first day I got it and he loved it. He was constantly in my neck just smelling me and telling me I smell like a cookie. So it's husband approved scent. 10 out of 10 longevity. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I think if you had the bombs were really strong because I put them on at the store to test out and the bombs lasted me all day more than the actual perfume did. So I think in terms of making the scent stronger, if you had the bombs, they would definitely add on to the longevity of this scent. I just didn't pick them up. I told you guys why. Another perfume that it slightly reminds me of is the Gold Couture from Viva La Juicy, which I absolutely also love. So there's a lot of like really nostalgic elements to this scent. This is for sure staying in my collection. This is going to be such an easy just grab and go scent. Smells incredible and has all of the elements that I love in perfumes. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this perfume. Let me know in the comments if you've picked it up or if you're thinking about picking it up. I'd love to know your review on it, so leave me that in the comments down below. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and all my little updates. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.